What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Career Mode. This is episode number 46, and we start today's stuff on the back of our draw with Manchester United. As you can see, dropping to 5th in the table. So recently we were top on goal difference, but after no wins in our last 3 and just 2 points picked up from a possible 9, 1 point picked up from a possible 9, we've now dropped outside of the Champions League spot. And I said it, this month of December was going to be make or break for the Saints. Every single Premier League game is a tough one, including our first of today's episode away at Elland Road, taking on Jesse Marsch's Leeds as well. If we are to be a Champions League team, this is the difficult period of the season. We've got to come through. So taking on Leeds away at Elland Road, never an easy place to go heading into the game here. Desperate to return to winning ways on the back of a tough mini run for the Saints. Starting off, Ritsu firing just while we were still tied at 0-0 in 42 minutes in. Such a frustrating goal to concede. Rafinha, who is still a Leeds in the save 3 seasons in, gives the host the opener as Jesse Marsch's side take the lead right for the break. Rafinha, for me, normally moves on in my career modes after like 2 or possibly 3 years. As we know, great winger, great potential, but in the save he's still here. 8 goals in 17 this season. Such a frustrating goal to concede as well. Great save by Pickford initially, but a rebound turned in. So at the break, trailing by a goal and on the brink of potentially having 3 defeats in our last 4 Premier League games. So in the second half, I thought, okay, right, I've got to go out Leeds here. As we know, Leeds are a side with so much attacking prowess, but defensively, they can be very fragile. I think they conceded 67 goals in the Premier League this season so far, which is crazy to think about, but 5 minutes after the restart, it might not be Bielsa ball anymore, but we do know we can get goals against this Leeds side, and we would as well. Ritsu, who fired one into the side netting earlier, great camera angle, gets our leveller and puts us back on level terms. Recently, Ritsu has been just on fire, scoring consistently, being a really consistent source of goals, and he's such a streaky player, Ritsu. Like, sometimes he goes like 3 or 4 games without a goal or an assist, and then every now and then he just goes into this period where he can't stop scoring. Thankfully, right now, he's in the latter. He puts us back on level terms, but our equaliser was short-lived. Rodrigo put Leeds back in front 5 minutes after we got ourselves back on level terms. And again, this is Leeds United, man. You know all about Leeds. It might not be Bielsa ball anymore, but this is what they are about. High-powered offense, but at times a streaky and fragile defense. Yep, and right on cue, just a few minutes after we did find Leeds get back in front, Ritsu Doan robs his man, and 8 minutes after Leeds got back in front, we were back on level terms, courtesy of the Japanese sensation, who right now is looking like our player of the moment. Ritsu with the finish one-on-one. One of those moments where I had so much time, I was like, don't overthink it. Do you know what I mean? I've talked about this so many times before. When you're running through one-on-one, sometimes having so much time and so much space, as Adam Armstrong almost won us the game late on. Brilliant save, and what a block by Lee and Cooper to make sure Leeds will get a point. Sometimes when you're running through one-on-one, if you've got too much time and too much space, it can sometimes be a little bit detrimental, and it can make you overthink, Thankfully, that moment I didn't. Ritsu, his brace ensure he would get a point. There were 3 goals in 13 minutes in the second half in this game, and a 2-2 draw at Elland Road. Exactly what I expect for the game. Every time I face Leeds, it's always a goal glut. Who says FIFA's not realistic? So fun to play against Leeds in FIFA career mode. A 2-2 draw, and I guess I'll take it, considering the fact we were down twice in the game and battled back on 2 separate occasions to claim a point. Having said that, it does mean no wins in our last 4 Premier League games, and we got Manchester City and Liverpool next. So I was thinking, alright, okay, see the league table, we've now dropped to 6th, again to go for the halfway spot. We're now 7 points off the league leaders West Ham and a point behind Leicester, and our second opponents today, Man City, in 4th place as well. Fact of the matter is, I've got to get the form sorted now. I said December was a make or break month, and as things stand, we might go through the entire calendar month without a victory in the Premier League. So taking on Manchester City right before Christmas, heading into this game here, massive game at St Mary's. Obviously, we've had some really big battles with Man City over the years. FA Cup quarter-finals, EFL Cup final. Last season, we were battling with them for a Champions League place as well. They've been one of our rivals of the save, really, and 3 minutes into a massive game here in the race for a Champions League place. I tell you, whenever I need to get my form sorted, whenever it's a big game, this guy always comes up big. That's why he's captain James Ward-Prowse, 3 minutes in, turning in a rebound, his third of the season, as we take an early lead on Guardiola's side. Ward-Prowse, man, like, seriously, he's a big game player, club captain through the academy. I love this guy to pieces, man. He is just unbelievable. I love his high stamina, his high energy. He's not the quickest, but his passing is so accurate. He's like the perfect leader in his team and deep line playmaker as well. So he opened the scoring with Julian Alvarez, the Argentine forward, would level it for Manchester City. So they're back on level terms soon after we got ourselves in front. But 24 minutes into the game, a chance to restore our lead, and we do so as well. He had a tough start to the season, but he's really picked it up since then. Che Adams rolls it across. His goal drought continuing, but Adam Armstrong fires in our second in the game and puts us back in front. And just like the Leeds game, I knew this game wasn't going to be over at 2-1. I knew there were going to be more goals in this game. Whilst we were leading by a goal at the break, I knew there was more to come in the second. 6 minutes after the restart, still up by a goal. I felt I needed a third goal, really, if we were to close this game out. Armstrong goes closest, 7 minutes after the restart. Good stop by Edison at his near post, as we still led by 1. And then a couple minutes afterwards, Man City trying to get back on level terms for the second time in the game. Once again, it's Alvarez running forward, chips Jordan Pickford, and Mark just about gets it off the line as it clips the post and Pickford collects the rebound. So still up by a goal, but I knew there was a fourth goal in this game. If it came to us, that would be the dagger. If it came to Man City, they might well get momentum and go on to win it. 10 minutes to go, pushing, pressing, looking for the killer. Tina Livermore finds Che Adams. Great slip through ball to Redmond off the bench, and Nathan Redmond still here, bags our third, gives us a 2-goal cushion, and Southampton have just picked up their 4th scalp of the season. Can you believe it? 3-1 on Manchester City. And in 4 of the games against 5 of the traditional top 6, we've won. Including here, 3-1 the final score. Definitely deserved it in my opinion. Played really, really attack-minded football in this one. Very aggressive, very assertive, and I got my reward for being positive in this game as well. 3-1 the final score. Redmond comes off the bench to seal it, and that means at the halfway stage, after no wins in 4, we're back on track, and we leapfrog Man City and go back into the top 4. 19 games in, David Moyes' West Ham lead the way, a point clear of Liverpool and 4 clear of the Red Devils in 3rd. We've got 34 points in that 4th and final Champions League spot right now, but it's so tight. We're only 2 clear of Man City and Leicester, only 3 clear of Chelsea, only 6 clear of Arsenal, Aston Villa and Spurs as well. It's a very, very, very tight league table with Burnley, Fulham and the Baggies in the bottom 3 right now. Yeah, we're in 4th place. We've just about gone back in there with our first win in 5 games, but taking nothing for granted, man. We're only at the halfway stage, and just like last season, the table is incredibly, and I mean incredibly, congested and tight. There's very little separation, really, between the top 8-9 teams. So, yeah, there's a long, long, long way to go. There's a whole half still left to play. We might be where we want to be, clinging on to 4th place, but you know, we saw very recently, we were top, and then we fell to 6th, and now we're back in 4th after just 1 win in 5. It just goes to show you how tight it is. Still, 3rd and final game of today's episode, first one of the second half of the season, right after Christmas. Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp's Reds, coming to take us on here at St Mary's. And in the games against the traditional top 6 this season, well, our record is sublime. 4 wins, 1 draw and 1 defeat. Having said that, the only defeat against the Big 6 came against these guys at Anfield, and we were humbled as well. We got battered in the Northwest by 5-0. So Liverpool, so far, the only team this season we haven't picked up a point against in the traditional top 6. Taking on at St Mary's, I was a little bit worried. Just 1 win in our last 5 games, and this was a big one here on the back of the win against Manchester City. Starting the game off, both teams having chances. Great save by Pickford, kept it goalless, and then 28 minutes in, Bale, what a lovely piece of skill, what a great through ball, and what a finish from Ademola Lookman as we took the lead 29 minutes in. That was such a lovely little goal. Bale with the skill and the through ball, and for Lookman as well. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this, but my club record signing of Brett Gise, I'm sorry, mate. I'm glad I've got you because you're our top scorer in Europe, but I can't play you in the first team at the moment because Lookman has been really consistently good this year. 4 in 16, averaging 1 in every 4. That's not bad for an inside forward that sits deeper in this team as an LM and not an LW. But even so, his 4th for the season puts us in front, and 33 minutes in, a chance to go 2 goals up. Bale gets in behind Konate. He's not as quick as he used to be, but he still had the pace to run through one-on-one and smash it past Edison for our second. And all I could think was this is the season, baby. This is the season. I have been waiting for this after 2 straight years of not a single scalp in the Premier League. None in 12. We picked up 4 this season already, and we're now on our way for our 5th, because right before the break, as Adam Armstrong holds the ball up superbly, he rolls it across to who else but a big game player, the underrated superstar, the vet back home, Gareth Bale. A brace for Bale, the Welsh wizard, who is second of the night. We are 3-0 up on Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool at the break. And I could not believe this. But then again, I say I couldn't believe it. I guess I could. This is going to be our 5th scalp in 7 games against the top 6 this season. Finally, after 2 straight years, we're not just getting the luck, we've got it sorted as well. 3-0 up at half-time on Liverpool, and tis the season, it's December, it's Christmas time, tis the season. We're getting our form sorted after no wins in 4. It's going to be back-to-back wins and back-to-back scalps against 2 of the traditional top 6, and we right now are showing we've got what it takes to battle with these guys, beat these guys, and finish above these guys in a top 4 place. 65 minutes in, still leading by 3. Our clean sheet would go, and unsurprisingly, it was courtesy of the former Saint. I mentioned before, I swear this guy has scored against me every single time we face Liverpool. Sadio Mane back at his old stomping ground gets a goal, but it was nothing other than a consolation. Final score 3-1 Southampton, and there you go, our 5th scalp in 7 attempts. We get revenge on Liverpool after we lost to them at Anfield by 5-0. A Bale masterclass. He still got it. 3-1 the final score, and you'll see the Premier League table. It's crazy how consistently it continues to change, but for now we remain in the top 4, 1 point behind Manchester United, 7 behind the league leaders West Ham, and we've now opened up a 4-point gap on 5th place Manchester City. Long way to go, but if we keep on picking up these scalps, there's no reason why this can't be the season we finish in the Champions League. But that will end today's episode of the Realistic Career, guys. Big fan of your fortune. Hope you have enjoyed. If you haven't, drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode where the January transfer window will open very soon.